Welcome to Ignite Kids Presents a Black History presentation titled Black History is not just February, but Black History is every day. Tonight we'll revisit some of our previous presentations and embark on a captivating journey that knits the past accomplishments of African Americans into our everyday lives. Over the ages, Black history has intricately been woven into every part of today's society. Join us as we explore the victories, setbacks, and the life-changing inventions that have influenced our globe from the beginning of civilization to the present.
Welcome, Ignite Kids. Tonight we will continue the journey to explore the excellent impacts that African Americans have made throughout centuries. But tonight we are going to focus on how those accomplishments help many every day. Isn't that right, Miss Monica?
That's right, Miss Kishonna. Hey, Ignite Kids. Before we begin, I would like for you to share this presentation with someone you think might want to take this journey with us. I'll give you a few minutes. If you're ready, type "Let's go" in the chat. It looks like you're ready. I hope you're ready to discover the impact that African Americans have had, not just today, but every day. I'd like to introduce our three co-hosts, Abigail, Sydney, and Josiah. Take it away, Josiah.
Hi, my kids. As we mentioned, African Americans have been making positive contributions throughout centuries. Before we get started, let's journey back and review some of the previous topics, such as the amendments. Sydney, can you remind us of the 14th and 15th Amendments?
Hey Ignite Kids! Welcome to our Black History Month presentation. The 14th Amendment is the longest amendment in our Constitution. It was put in place to protect the rights of freed slaves after the Civil War. Its 5 sections address rights of citizens, equal protection under the law, due process, and the requirements of the states. It was adopted into law on July 9, 1868, after much resistance. This picture displays the Constitution of the United States, along with the gavel and the word 14th Amendment. The 15th Amendment gave all citizens, regardless of their skin color, the right to vote. It was ratified on February 3, 1870. It is considered to be the final amendment of the Reconstruction Amendments, 13 to 15, which were put into law after the Civil War. While it allowed all freed slaves to vote, many states created obstacles, making it harder for Black voters. They added polling taxes and created reading tests. These types of issues were not dismantled until much later in our history. This illustration shows African Americans voting for the first time in 1867. This image was the cover of Harper's Magazine.
Equal protection is important for all people, and voting. We have an election coming up, and I don't have to tell you how important that is.
On August 6, 1965, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This law prohibited racial discrimination in voting. The law stated that this was illegal for citizens to be denied the right to vote based on their race. It also outlawed the use of a literacy test, which in some states required that people had to be able to read. It also made it illegal for states to charge people a fee to vote, a poll tax. Over time, Congress would amend this law to expand its protections further. This picture shows President Johnson meeting with Martin Luther King after he signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Thanks, Sydney. In that kids, we can already see some important things that happened to impact African Americans. Throughout the years, we have highlighted some powerful leaders such as Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, and Martin Luther King Jr., and many more. Let's go back and see what we covered. Well, it's important to acknowledge those who have paved the way before us. Although it's taken several presentations, it's almost impossible to cover them all. I hope we inspire you to do your own research beyond the month of February.
That's right, Abby. And when this presentation is over, Ignite Kids, please go over to our Ignite Kids Facebook page and download more fascinating facts about African American history. But tonight, we want to focus on Black history is not just for February, but it's for every day. Isn't that right, Miss Monica?
That's right, Miss Kishonna. Now let's take a look at how African Americans have influenced fashion and dance.
Many styles of clothes, jewelry, and hair in America come from African American cultures. Some of these styles, like oversized earrings and necklaces, trace back to Africa.
African dance. Katherine Dunham made African dance known around the world. She studied African dance and used parts of them in her own dance group. She helped keep the African dance tradition alive. Take it away, ladies!
Wow, that's awesome. Let's take a look at how African American inventions help us today. Ignite Kids, say it with me. Black history isn't only for February, it's for every day. Can you type it in the comment section? Let's take a look.
America, wanna be America, we're African Americans.
For 400 years,
The intelligent, talented skills and culture have shaped our country for the better.
Introducing Black inventors who changed the way we live at home. There are many great inventors in this world, but one of them especially is Sarah Boone. Boone was born in 1832 in Cavan County, North Carolina, with her birth name being Sarah Marshalls. On April 26, 1892, she obtained the United States patent for her improvements to the ironing board. Boone is regarded as the second African American woman inventor after Judy Reed, along with Miriam Benjamin, Ellen Egland, and Sarah Good. Boone is a pioneering African American woman inventor who developed new technology for homes. In 1904, Boone died and is buried in a family plot at Evergreen Cemetery in New Haven. Sarah improved the old ironing board to the modern one that we use today.
Black history is not just for February, it's for every day.
You're right, Nia and Zoe. This brush sure does come in handy.
Black history is every day. Newell was a hairdresser by trade and designed a new and improved hairbrush, which she patented in 1898. The brush was revolutionary with its evenly spaced bristles, slots that kept dirt and hair neatly contained, and a detachable compartment for easy cleaning.
Celebrate Black history!
Jim Fortin Sr. invented a sail that made ships faster and easier to guide. He used his earnings from the invention to help abolitionists.
Celebrate Black history! Refrigerated food truck invented in 1939. Frederick M. Jones changed the shipping and grocery businesses. He invented the Thermo King that chilled the inside of trucks. This allowed food to be shipped across the country.
That's right, McKenna. Sometimes one patent isn't enough. Frederick McClerney Jones was born in 1893 and died in 1961. He received over 40 patents in his journey developing refrigeration systems, beginning in the 1930s. He began his journey developing refrigerated air cooling units for food transportation on trucks, trains, ships, and planes. Ultimately, his creation called the Thermo King allowing people to eat fresh food. John's refrigeration system also contributed to the medical field, allowing preservation, blood, and medicine for longer periods of time.
Sorry, Black History.
Sugar processing machine. 1843, Norbert Wulu designed a machine for turning sugarcane into sugar. It made sugar faster and safer than early methods. It also improved the quality of sugar. Black History is not just February, it's every day.
Long-lasting light bulbs, invented 1881. Lewis Howard Latimer was fascinated with electricity. His first patent was for an electric lamp that had a longer-lasting bulb. Then, famous inventor Thomas Edison's lamp. Then later, Latimer later joined Thomas Edison's team and continued to improve electric lighting.
Throughout much of history, floors were made out of packed dirt or plaster and cleaned with brooms made from straw, twigs, corn husks, or horsehair. Wealthier families, however, laid their floors with slate, marble, or other types of stone, which required a wet cleaning method. Eventually, this luxury became common for the middle classes as well. These early mops were likely just bundles of rags or yarns attached to a wooden pole. A dictionary in 1788 listed a mop squeezer as a maid servant, particularly a housemaid. A mop squeezer as a maid servant, particularly a housemaid. More than a century later, in June 1893, Thomas W. Stewart, a black inventor from Kalamazoo, Michigan, patented a new type of mop. Stewart wanted to save time and make cleaning a healthier experience, so he made two key improvements. A mop head that could be unscrewed from the base, allowing the user to clean it or discard it when worn out. The levers so the user could wring out the mop without getting their hands wet. Floor cleaning has never been the same, and we must certainly have removed mop squeezer from our vocabularies. Mary Van Britten Brown, 1922 to 1999, from Queens, New York, was a full-time nurse who often worked off hours. Her husband, Albert L. Brown, was an engineer who also worked irregular hours. So Mary was often home alone at night in a city that saw a lot of crime. She decided to invent a system that would alert her of people at her door and call the relevant authorities. Her original invention consisted of people's cameras, monitors, and a two-way microphone. Most importantly was the alarm button that would contact the police. Her patent laid the groundwork for the modern closed-circuit TV system.
Hello? Is this on? Yeah, I think it's on. Even for those who aren't quick to pick up a microphone during karaoke, microphones are used every day to help communicate over distances far and wide. Dr. James E. West was tasked with creating a more sensitive and compact microphone while working at Bell Labs. Let's give this thing a try. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
The music was anthems and hymns performed by highly trained choirs, and the congregation was not encouraged to join in. Most newcomers found this practice bewildering.
Amazing Grace is one of the most popular hymns, but what makes this song unique for Africans is their interpretation of it.
Saving grace,
Remember, Africans came with their emotionalism, and the call and response is not just the congregation responding musically, but also to the emotion.
In the South, the preaching was informal.
Wow, what amazing contributions. So many have paved the way for us today.
Introducing Black inventors who changed the way we live at home.
This is amazing. African Americans have always been a light. It is now time for us to look at a light from our own backyard. We are going to explore the life and legacy of a Macedonia member, Mrs. Jean Bryant.
Tonight we honor the beautiful work and contributions of Miss Jean Bryant. As these young people perform a musical selection displaying their talents, let's remember how Miss Bryant poured into the lives of so many children throughout our region and the wonderful impacts they too now have on society because of her. What a saint.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we bring down the curtain on the Miss Black Teenage Program. Yes, tonight is tinged with sadness as we say goodbye. Goodbye to 36 years of planning, determining, and seeking ways to set the stage from which a community of young women could boldly step forth on the road to success. Tonight we say goodbye to our work of embracing more than 1,830 young women with nurturing, with love, and with encouragement to be the best they could be. Our 8-week program introduced to them successful young women. We set a dress code that had to be adhered to. We shared a word for the day every week for them to live by. Guidelines for successful living. Remember the saying, a heavy dose of CAP, confidence, awareness, and pride. Well, did we succeed in our mission to give our young women the winning edge? Well, they are principals, teachers, ministers, lawyers, medical doctors, nurses, entrepreneurs, members of law enforcement, entertainers. I say the answer is yes. We have succeeded. No, we didn't give them the talent. And I say this every year. We didn't give them the talent. We gave them the stage. That's all I can say. We gave them the stage.
Oh yes, when the Saints go marching in, I want to be in the number. God is truly amazing, and we thank God for the life and rich legacy of Miss Jean Bryant. Your light and legacy continues to impact young people and beyond. What an impact.
Wow, we've gotten so many gems today. What we're learning is that Black history is not just in February, but it happens every day. It's important to know that many doors have been opened because of others. I believe that we can all have a positive impact on history. If we believe, we will achieve, and we will succeed. Say it with me. Believe, achieve, succeed. Let's do it one more time.
Believe, achieve, succeed.
Believe, achieve, succeed.
Believe, achieve, succeed. Believe, achieve, succeed. Believe, achieve, succeed.
That's right, Ignite Kids. If we believe, then we can achieve and we will succeed. And remember, Black history is not just for February. Black history happens every day. God bless.